Hello, today I'm gonna show you how to create a sine and cosine function using Python. So for this, I'm gonna be using the Matplotlib library and Numpy library for functions. So I'll be using Jupyter notebooks, which is what I usually use, and you can use any other program to open Python. So without further ado, what I'm gonna do, just create a new file, and in this file I'll import numpy as np. I'll import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So now we have our libraries, so I can create a variable for the x values that I'm gonna be using, like the x values that I'm gonna be using for plotting the sine and cosine functions. So to create many values, I'll just use the linspace, which will basically create, I'm gonna tell to create values from 0 to 20, and I want 50 values in that interval. So if we do this, it's gonna space it out. I don't know how, but it's gonna divide. It's gonna give us 50 values between 0 and 50. So alright, now I'm gonna create my sine. I'm gonna call my sine, which I'm gonna say like sine, why not, is equal to np that sine of x. So we have here, we know that sine of 0 is 0, and we can create also for cosine. Just say cos, and you see I'm capitalizing it, so but it doesn't really matter. And then I'm gonna say np that cosine of x. Now cosine of x, so we know that cosine of 0 is 1, so it creates an array with sines and cosine numbers, so value. So to plot this, we say plt that figure, and we can actually specify the size of the figure, which is just fig size equal to, I'll say yeah, 5 by 10. Why not 5 by 10? Okay, so I'll say plt dot plot. Now we want to plot sine, so we're going to plot x and then sine. We see we have this crazy plot which looks ugly, so I'm gonna say 10 by 5 instead. If you see, it looks a little bit much tolerable. So, and I can also plot plt that plot x and cosine. You see now it overlaps. We see that sine starts from 0 and cosine starts from 1, but it still looks ugly. We have like this thingy here. I don't even know what the heck that is, but it can be removed by just saying simply plt.show, and looks a little bit better. So our values goes from 0 to 20, which is the range we picked here, and we have 50 value. And we see it looks very bad. It looks kind of like linear in some parts. We can fix that simply by increasing the number of points. So we have 50 now. If I go up to 100, it looks a little bit much smoother. If I go to 150, it's gonna look even better. So we have our sine and cosine. So but we're not done here because we see this space in the x-axis, which just makes it weird, you know. We don't. So I'm gonna just fix that by saying plt dot x limit. I'm gonna add limit in the x-axis, so I'm gonna pull this part here. I'm gonna force this part of the graph to start from 0. So say starts from 0 to the max value of our x, which in this case is 20. So let me see. Okay, doesn't like it. Okay, yeah, now max of 20, max of x. Yeah, it makes more sense. Alright, as you see, now it starts from 0 and goes up to the maximum value. It's 20 now, but it could have been like, let's say 30. Why not? Now it's 30, so it makes much better to work with it. I'll go back to 20. Now we can add title, which is just, let's say plt.title. I'll say sine and cosine func. Why not? Alright, we have our title, but it's very small, so I'm gonna increase the font size. Say font size equal to 16. Why not? Okay, much better. So well, we don't have labels in x or y, so we have to add also some labels. Plt that x label x label. Okay, I'll just say x. Why not? And for y, I'll say also y. Okay, y. Okay, much better, but too small, so I'm gonna also increase the font size to 14, and I'll actually just copy these because I'm lazy and add here too. Oh no, what did I do? Ctrl Z. Okay, this boy here. Alright, much better. Now it looks fairly better, but we can make it look much better by adding grid. If we see, like, grid will help us to visualize where's the sine or cosine of 0.5. So, and for that, we can call plt.grid. Boop, we put grid on both sides and it's good. You can actually put grid in just one side, but say axis equal to, I'll say x, so it puts on the grid in the x axis, or y in the y axis. But in this case, I just want to let it be x and y. So okay, nice. Looks much better. So let me see if there is anything else I can do. Oh, nice. Okay, let's see. You don't even know, like, we don't have this title and you have no idea what the heck this is. So I'll just say, like, I want to label them to tell, like, which one is x and which one is y. So to do that, I'll come here inside the plot. This is for sine, so I'm gonna say this label equal to, I'll say it's sine of x, and then come here, also say label and tell that this is cosine, of x, cosine. Okay, cos, much better. Now when we run, oh, it doesn't show. Even though we added the label, it doesn't show. So it doesn't show, which means it's missing something. Yeah, and it's called legend. So we have to say plt.legend. It's gonna show all the stuff that we added. Done. As we see, it gives a legend. It tries to find like the base spot, literally, but you know, I don't know. Let me try something. Legend, we can use loc, which is for location, equal to best. Okay, it's telling me that that's the best location, so I'm gonna say left. Oops, nope. Okay, gave me an error. So it's, oh, I can say upper right, up. Okay, nice. You see, you live and learn. So I'm gonna say upper right. Ta-da! Woohoo! Which is better. I'm gonna put in lower left, lower right. Lower right, you can do lower left, lower left. Okay, yeah, I like this. Looks much better. So now I know that the blue line is sine, and this what color is that? Orange one is cosine. What if I don't like this color? I'm like, yeah, this orange looks bad. I want a blue and red. So what you can do is coming here where you plot like your x and the sine, you can put the color. And one easy way to say, you can say color equal to, let's say, R for red. Oh, I forgot the comma. So R for red, now I change for red. And we can actually not even, you don't need to write like the entire color thingy. You can just literally delete. You say like R for red, G for green, I believe, and yeah, K for black, I think. Yep, and so forth. So I'm just gonna go back to its default. So yeah, that's all that I wanted to show you today. It's fairly straightforward, and there is actually a way, instead of you plot this like both functions in the same chart or graphic, you can actually just use subplots that I'm gonna show you in another video. With that said, have fun, have a good day, peace and love.